Well, hello there everyone. So the other day, I really felt like playing some Star Wars games. And since I finished Battlefront 2 and Jedi Fallen Order multiple times already, I came to a realization that finding a good Star Wars game nowadays is really freaking hard. I had to dive down into early 2000s, and to my surprise, I found out about a game called Bounty Hunter. A story-based game where you play as Jango Fett, a famous assassin in Mandalorian armor. And yes, for a year 2002, imagine, 2002, this game is actually pretty good. Now with all the hype around Mandalorian nowadays, I decided it might be a pretty good idea to tell you about such gem that I found, because I was pleasantly surprised. I will go over two main aspects, story and gameplay. As you might have guessed already, going over graphics would not be something very essential for a game of this year, since the outcome is predictable, but I do have to add that for a game that came out 18 years ago, it's pretty damn good. Although I played on PS4 and I can tell that it was improved a tiny bit in some places. Anyways, let's start with the story. It takes place before the second episode and follows Jango on his daily routine, tracking various scum throughout the galaxy and getting money for it. Suddenly, after one of the assignments, Count Dooku contacts him and gives a task of tracking down and getting rid of a very powerful cult called Bandagora, as they have been annoying both to the Republic and Separatists for a long time, and Palpatine wants them gone. Funny how Palpatine is the one who takes action and not the Jedis. But anyway, the cult is led by a fallen Jedi, Kamari Vasa, who was both a Jedi and a Sith at some point, taught by Dooku himself. Count also gives the same task of getting rid of her to multiple other bounty hunters, and they do not appreciate the competition, as the reward is a whopping 5 million credits. Throughout the game you will find quite a few interesting things about Star Wars universe and Jango Fett in particular that I had no idea about. For example, the story shows us how Jango got his iconic Slave 1 ship, and the kind of ship he used before, which he got from his mentor. We will also learn a bit more about Jango himself, the fact that he is actually not too much of a bad guy and he does have a few people he cares about. We will also see quite a bit more depth into the relationship between Jango and Zam Wessel. Well, you know that ugly alien in the second episode, yeah.
I've got a bounty to hunt.
Jango, come back! Jango!
Overall, the whole story pretty much leads us to the conclusion of how this cool bounty hunter ended up becoming the main factor to creating a Clone War army, how he was able to secure himself a protege, Boba Fett, and how he went through some of the most challenging battles in his life, including defeating a fallen Jedi. But yeah, all of this is honestly quite interesting and I really enjoyed going through this journey.
It would be even better if it was canon though.
So when it comes to the story, if you don't want to play it yourself, you can at least watch a recap on YouTube or something. Which I kinda just did for you, I suppose. But yeah. Now let's get to the second aspect that will most probably be the main point of why you might want or might not want to play this game. That would be gameplay. And right off the bat, I gotta tell you, if this Jango Fett was the same Jango that we saw in episode 2, Mace Windu would have been headshotted in a split second, after even looking at Jango the wrong way. This guy does some crap athletes can only dream of. Various crazy somersaults and backflips. Before you know it, enemies will break their necks trying to keep their eyes on you while you jump around like a maniac. Add infinite double blaster pistols, jetpack we get a bit later in the game, and it's honestly turning into a very fun experience. There are also various explosives you can use throughout different chapters of the game, and new weapons we get from enemies we defeat. It is also worth noting that from the very beginning we get introduced to the bounty system. Basically, in each level there are certain individuals we can find while we explore the level. You can tie them up and get paid for claiming their bounty. Sort of like a small side quest, but it's a nice addition to the game about the bounty hunter. The game takes us to various planets, most of which I have probably never seen before, but hey, they have Coruscant and Tatooine, so that's something. Now let's get to some of the things that are annoying and will definitely affect your experience. First of all, the camera is very stuttery, and I suggest try not to move it by yourself much, otherwise it might lead to you having an epilepsy. The controls are also quite annoying, and after playing the game for 15 minutes, you will be able to give advices to developers on how not to make controls in a game. Other than that, a few bugs here and there, but that's it. And as I said before, this is a game from 2002, and I got a big amount of enjoyment while playing it, which almost never happens with games that are this old, except a few classics of course, so finding this gem was a truly unique experience for me. Overall, if you feel like you are lacking Star Wars games in your life, I can definitely suggest you to give it a try, because there is a good possibility you might just enjoy being an athlete, bounty hunter, whose agility is better than the one of Spider-Man's. And as of now, that would be it. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye.